you still consider yourself a receiver first and foremost, and this is something you're trying. Has that changed in the last week or two?
Um, I ain't gonna say it's changed. I still love receiver as it is, but I'm starting to like corner a lot too. So being versatile in that area, I'm more open to it. I'm talking to Coach Da every day. I gotten into the position more and more, so I feel more comfortable, playing corner. So I'll say, right now, I kind of like corner.
You feel comfortable as 16 now instead of 80?
Yeah, 80 was a good number. I loved 80. Donald Driver wore it too, so I felt good wearing it. But it's time for some change. I wore 16 all my high school career. Brother got 16, so.
How do you think you've played? They've given you some reps with the ones. Just how do you think you've done these first couple weeks?
I feel like I did pretty good. Made some plays. Still have a lot of corrections I have to do, getting used to the defense. But for the most part, I'm getting used to it. I got a lot of good guys supporting me, so I feel I've been making some plays here and there, some splash plays. It's been fun too.
Do you surprise yourself at all?
One more time.
Have you surprised yourself at all with how smooth it's gone?
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely wasn't expecting to make tons of plays. I ain't make a million of them, but I made some plays. I was like, oh snap, like okay, so did surprise myself, with the skills that I brought to the table, I would say. But it definitely was fun just getting out there with the boys.
Which play stood out to you where you're like, yeah, I'm this? Is there one in practice in particular? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think one, I don't say in particular, but just like the breaking mechanics, seeing the route and being able to react quick. That's what kind of surprised myself. I thought I was going to be like a step or two late sometimes. Sometimes you will be, but for the most part, like I feel like I've been on top of routes. So it's been like, all right, it's hard, but it isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
How often have you been talking to your brother about just kind of the ins and outs of the position and things like that?
Yeah, I talked to him in the beginning. Me and my brother, we talk a lot about life. We grew up playing football against each other in the backyard, together on the team. So, we keep football separate. But when we do talk about it, he gives me tips on what I should do, what not to do, how to play press man, how to play off, stuff like that.
Any advice that stuck out from him?
Can't tell him all my tricks, man. But he definitely told me some things that, could help me in my game, sure.
What's different about the process of learning a defensive playbook versus learning an offensive one? Is there any difference?
Oh, yeah. I say offense is so complex, like with emotions, with the formations, with concepts. Like you have to learn every position. On defense, it's still complex, but you're either playing left side or right side, and it's one call. Like offense, you can do a 20-minute call. All these words mean something for everybody, but like defense is kind of like less. So I feel like I'm getting it down a little quicker, but it's still a lot of things I gotta grow from because it's reactionary. You have to react to the receiver. So that's the thing that I still got to work on.
Probably goes without saying, but how much has your background in playing receiver helped this transition to playing corner?
Knowing like depths of routes, I feel like that's where I feel comfortable. When I'm back there and seeing people break, knowing where the breaking points of routes is. Playing receiver so long, and knowing like when it's get past 20 yards or 15 yards, like he's got to break somewhere. You got to start unless he's running to go. So that's where I'm kind of like getting the nuances of playing corner.
You're looking forward to all the things you've learned in the first 13 practices, to putting them on display in a game. Looking forward to Saturday night.
Absolutely. Definitely going to be one for the books for the first time going out there, at corner. But definitely confident. I'm ready to go. I feel like they have really, coached me up to the point where I'm in now. I feel like I'm getting better every single day. I just want to keep stacking, keep getting better every day. I can't control everything. So at the end of the day, I just want to go out there and be myself, and play at corner.
Well, were you hoping to get some more preseason reps because of this position change?
Most reps I can get, I get. I get a lot of reps in practice, which helps me a lot. During the preseason, whatever reps I can get, I'll just go out there, and do my best at it. So that's how I've been doing all training camp. So hopefully.
Do you think it would help to go up against a different offense, though? Because obviously the guys here.
Right. It definitely will help. To see other guys. Even going against our offense, like there's a lot of new players that we got here as well. So it's really depending on the player and their tendencies, and that's why I've been learning that corner. Like concept's gonna be the same, but what the players get, what their tendencies is the biggest difference.
Is there any chance at all that they would put you in at receiver in one of these preseason games, or is that not?
I hope so. But nah, I don't know. I have no clue. But I like corner, I like corner a lot. To be honest, I love receiver obviously, but I really like corner. Like I'm really starting to like it. the guys in the room, the way they're teaching me how to play. You know, it's been fun. Like getting the PBU and celebrating. I mean, it's like a touchdown on the other side of the ball, so it felt great.
I get it that there's a couple guys injured, so but you were out there with the first unit today.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? I mean, they could have picked guys who played corner for 10 years, you know, but they had you out there. What does that mean to you and kind of signify of your progress?
I didn't really look too deep in it. You know, key X and O guys or vets. They played here. You know, they vet days, stuff like that. So I just really look at it as an opportunity. You know, to go out there and prove that I can still hang with them. And for the most part, you know, it's been good. You know, we have a ton of talent on offense, and as you guys see, so just going against them, getting those reps every single day, so I can make me better.